Here it is, week 2, Bowman Vocab. Hello, Indio students. This is it, our second week of vocab. We've got one video out of the way. Let's do the next one, all right? Congratulations on getting the first week and first quiz done. Here we are. So, as it says here, these are the words for the quiz. I cannot emphasize enough. You would be well served to write down the definition that will help you understand this. Just copying down the slide might not work, particularly considering I'm going to be saying other things on top of the slides. All right, now this week, we have 10 words. We have justify, regression, rebound, retort, secede, secrete, loquacious, cower, nuisance, and profound. Let's go through them real quick. All right, now a bunch of those words you may have noticed started out the same way. They started with re or with C. S-E. These are Latin root words. Now, if you speak Spanish or French or Italian, these might be pretty familiar to you. They're all based on the same kind of logic. Now, re means back or again. Think about repeat, right? You do it again. C, we're going to see some examples of how that helps. So whenever you see a new word, odds are if it begins with re or se, it's going to have something to do with back or again for re, and apart, aside, or without for C. We'll see how that comes together. I keep doing it. All right. So here's our re words this week. We've got regression. Regression is a noun. It's the overall process returning to earlier stages of development. Now, if you say that someone has regressed or they're going through a regression, it's never a nice thing to say to someone, all right? It indicates growing backwards. If someone acts younger than their age, they are regressing, right? If I was less good at something that I used to be good at, I have regressed, and that experience is a regression. So to regress would be the verb. Regression is the noun. It's the name for what has occurred, okay? Now to rebound, so you can see regression is to go back to how you used to be. It's the opposite of progress, right? To go forward. Now to rebound is to go back, but it's actually a good thing. Usually to rebound is to return to where you were after having gone backwards a bit. So if you think about a rebound in basketball, the ball goes up, it got away from you, up, you went up, and you got it again. So that's really good. So to bounce back or to recover from a low point, sometimes someone will rebound from a bad grade. If you did bad on the first quiz, you do good on the second quiz, you rebounded. Because I know you're all really good students and you want to do well. Now a retort is a verb, and it's a noun. It's the same spelling and it's the same pronunciation. And incidentally, rebound would be the same thing. It's a verb or it's a noun. You can have a rebound and you can rebound. Retort's the same way. It's a verb to retort to someone, and then to make a retort, these are basically the same thing. It's to answer back during an argument or a debate. Your response is a retort. It's pretty much always if not a negative connotation exactly, it's got a bit of an edge to it. A retort, if someone gives you a sharp retort, you're probably stinging a little bit from it. You probably didn't enjoy it very much. They were probably a little bit mean when they said it. Now, here's our said or ses or seed words. These are the larger, the kind of the base of the word, and then we're going to put our prefix next to them. So to secede is the word we're looking for here. Don't worry about all this other stuff. What you need to worry about right now is secede. All right, these are just to kind of help you. Anytime you see said or seed or ses, it means to go or to move. To secede is a verb. It's to withdraw or to remove yourself from an organization. If you decided, I'm going to secede and no longer be part of Bowman's class, I'm just going to move my chair to the corner and just do my own thing. And I'm no longer a Bowman student. I'm just going to sit over here. That's kind of like seceding. Every year, some state puts on their ballot that they're going to secede from the United States. This year, it was nearly on the ballot. California was talking about seceding at one point. Then they talked about California breaking up into 3 states. Texas has threatened to secede and become its own country many, many times. If Texas did secede, they would withdraw themselves from the United States. That's what that would be. Now, these are not going to be on the quiz. Precede, recede, and concede. To concede is to give up. No, whatever, I concede your point. To recede is to go back. The waters recede off the beach. To precede is go before. Oh, I see you have preceded me here, like you got there before I did. These are not going to be on the quiz, but it's just a way to see how different prefixes are kind of helpful. All right, so moving on. Secrete. To secrete is to discharge or release. This word's kind of disgusting, all right? You pretty much only use it for bodily functions, like things that come out of your skin, all right? So you can secrete sweat. You can secrete pus from a wound. It secretes pretty gross. Now, the noun form of it would be secretion. So if someone, God forbid, smeared a secretion on you, that's not a nice thing. That's horrible. You should get away from that person. You should probably call the police, to be totally honest. Something terrible has happened. The other day, I was picking my son up from school, and he'd been playing outside. He was all sweaty and kept trying to rub his sweaty head on my clothes, and it was disgusting. I could have said, I don't want anything you've secreted against me. Gross. All right, loquacious. I'm being loquacious. To be loquacious is an adjective. It describes a thing that talks too freely or talks too much. All right? Lots of students are loquacious, particularly during my class. They just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. They're very loquacious. All right? So it can also be used to describe something that's not a person. Maybe it's like a movie, like a non-action movie where all they do is talk. That's a loquacious movie. It's full of talking. All right, cower. To cower is a verb. It's to pull back physically and shake as a result of fear. It's a pretty strong reaction. If I would never do this, but if I stood over you suddenly and scared you, I just came up behind you to collect papers and you suddenly, nah, and you pulled back and you were, oh, I'm shaking, I'm so scared. You are cowering with fear, okay? All right, now we have nuisance. A nuisance is an annoying, distracting, or obnoxious person, thing, idea, pretty much anything at all, actually. If something's a nuisance, it's bothering you and you don't like it. Think about mosquitoes and gnats and little brothers. Those things are the worst. All right. Profound. Profound is an adjective. It describes a thought or a statement or another demonstration of thinking that enters deeply into a particular subject and offers very strong insights into an intellectual notion. If a thing is profound, it has real depth. If a person is profound, they say things that just feel important and large and insightful. It goes way beyond the obvious. It's not surface level stuff. Someone who has a real keen observation, a real understanding of something, that person is profound. All right? Now, it can also be used to talk about really extreme and deep feelings. If you have a profound love for someone or something, it's not like saying, oh, I really love a hamburger, right? No, that's stupid. But you have a profound love for your mom, right? Something like that. I have a profound love for a little boy who's coming into my office right now. Hey, Rocket, what's up, buddy? What you got? Nothing? You don't have a candy bar in your hands right now? You do? Come here, what is it? Tell my students what it is.
Nothing.
Nothing? What is it? It's an organic Z-bar, a brownie. Do you want this?
Yeah.
Well, all right. You know what? I don't want to seem like a mean dad during the video.
Weird.
Tastes kind of weird?
Yeah.
Well,
It tastes like...
wait, if it tastes weird, why do you want to eat it?
You know why?
I don't know why.
It looks like this.
It looks like a piece of poop. Ha! All right, I gotta go back to work. Okay, so there's that. All right, moving on. Now, here's the thing. I should go back here for just a moment. There's a word missing from this list. All right, I want to give you a challenge this week. On the front slide here, this one, you see the word justify. We did not define the word justify. I would like you to look it up. I'd like you to look up one word this week. All right? Now, when you see it, I think you'll understand how I'm going to justify my reasoning. All right. I'll give you some hints. Every time I try to prove myself in an argument, and I try to defend what I do with all of you, I have to justify my thinking. So go ahead and look it up. That may even be enough for you, but look it up. I'd like to see what you come up with for the definition, how we can make that work, all right? That's our scholastic, scholarly skill word of the week. All right, now, at the very end, just for fun, here's an idiom. People don't really talk about idioms enough. Idioms are expressions that are used in a language. Since we're speaking English, they're expressions used in the English language that mean something beyond their literal meaning. So this week's is to go through the motions. Anytime you are going through the motions means you do something without the energy or enthusiasm that would display you think it's important. You just do the bare minimum of what you have to do. Students sometimes go through the motions when it comes to schoolwork. All right, that's it. That's the week. That's the whole thing. Look up Justify. We'll see if this works. I thought maybe we tried looking one up on our own. All right, and I apologize for listening to my son open up a brownie. All right, on that note, thank you, students.